Alright, so then let's go on Goku. I think
Goku.
Goku is definitely like top 3.
Yeah.
Just because, and I'm bringing up this point again, like I brought it in the previous podcast, Vegeta was a father to his son before he was even born.
Yeah, when you told me that, like I agreed with you.
Before he was even born.
That's some real deep shit. That's deep as hell.
Yo, Mr. Good Guy here, aka MGG, and you just joined a decent crew. We're just a group of guys who discuss, review, rank, and poke fun at all the things we love and hate in manga, anime, and everything else. So sit back and relax because it's all decent over here, man. Run it.
I've been working on this record for a minute, still I feel like nothing that I do is good enough. My insecurities are creeping in, so they will seep into the music. And it's funny when other people see your pen as I'm using the...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have anything else. After we go into this worst father discussion.
Worst fathers.
To be honest.
Alrighty. There'll be no Father's Day cards for these people.
Nope.
Never.
So this
Especially
part,
since man is dead.
we're each bringing either one or a few contenders, and then we'll like bring them out, give out our reasons why or whatever, and then we'll try to rank the top 5. Like these are the top 5 worst fathers, so on and so forth. 5 will probably be the easiest, but I'm bringing Nakimetsu Jiro from Toriko to the discussion. And why I bring him is because we never met his son at all, and we never got confirmation that this dude was dead. So, and then if you like read Toriko, Nakimetsu Jiro is kind of being like a father figure to Teppei the whole time, and like leveling him up and all this shit. But I have a strong feeling that he has a son around that nobody talks about, and like is doing nothing in the story at all. So I think he's like a shit father for having a son, letting that son have a grandkid, and then being a better father to the grandkid than he is to his own son. That's mine.
There's a question. Are we going to debate people's points?
Yeah, I want
immediately after they say it, or are you going to wait till the end? And
I want us to get everyone's out first, because I'm sure Jiro's going to get knocked out real quick. But
Yep.
that's why I
asked.
Yeah, he's gonna get knocked out real quick, but everyone brings theirs out, and then we'll like review the list of them again, and then we'll talk about it. Do you have your whiteboard?
Oh yeah, right.
So you can write it down here. Oh. But yeah, you guys can go over yours. That was mine.
All right, mine was Ash from Pokemon's mom. I don't even know her name, to be honest.
She doesn't have one.
That's how trash she is.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a name, really?
No, I don't think they ever said it. Yeah, he just calls her mom.
That's another strike against her. She doesn't have a name. She doesn't have a name. We don't know Ash's dad. She let her son travel the world for like 30 years now.
He died once. I don't think she even knew.
Oh, he did die in the movie, so yeah, he died. I mean, it's a dangerous world out here. People trying to kidnap these Pokemon. These Pokemon are like dangerous. They can kill you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think she's up there for worst parent.
Has anybody ever died from a Pokemon in the show, though?
You could, though, in the real world.
In the show?
Yeah.
Not in the show, but in the movie.
You talking about when Ash got hit by Mewtwo?
Yeah, but he died.
Yeah, but he came back, bro.
So?
Based on the power of friendship and love, my good son.
Exactly. So, power of friendship and love, anybody can come back.
It's a fairy tale.
I should have asked questions about that. I didn't even know if you watch or read fairy tale, but whatever. Yeah, you say you had someone else?
Oh, no, I'm good.
You're not bringing Gar's father into it?
Nah.
Alright. Gramps, you're up.
So mine is Acacia from Toriko. Well, he's so fucking trash. This man had 3 whole sons, and 3 that he took care of.
Oh,
and he only took care of them because Froze wanted to take care of him and feed him or whatever. If it wasn't for her, he would have just left those motherfuckers to die in the dust. And then basically he killed one of them. He successfully killed one of them. And when he found out that he actually had 2 biological sons, he tried to straight up murk both of them. He basically...
He wanted to keep stars intact.
He wanted to keep one of them just to use him as a chef. Just to use him as a chef. He as a
get those
son,
quotation
he
marks.
had no love for his family at all. He wanted to kill one just because he had no usefulness to him, even though this motherfucker was strong beyond imagining, and he only wanted the other one just to cook all of the craziest food in the universe for him. Fuck out of here.
Either way, we'll bring it up later. That's just my point.
But shittiest father goes to him. He didn't just in terms of being a father, he didn't even try to be a father. He had his own personal agenda, and he was willing to make all of the sacrifices in the world just to do so. So Akashi a worse father. Fuck y'all.
Okay. We're gonna bring it out.
Yo,
Sorry,
trash.
this is why it would be nice to see the whiteboard, but
Fuck it, I'll put it in front of me.
we wrote on it because just recently in the manga he got like redeemed as an actual good character and not a villain.
Yeah, but not a good father though.
So I wrote that down to like kind of kill his argument. But anyways, go ahead with your copy.
I'm doing the most basic guy. I'm doing Shu Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist, and he's just the worst father ever because he sacrificed pretty much his entire family for the sake of nothing. Turning his daughter into a chimera is the worst thing you can possibly do because that was the happiest little girl of life. So that's definitely my argument.
Can you see the board?
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, okay.
I
Cool.
can't see the words.
All right, and then Deadly Diva, yours.
The rest of the board.
I feel like she's like playing chess with us. She's like, I'm gonna kill all these characters.
Hey, we're gonna get
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a trio of ain't shit dads. So first, we're gonna start off with Grisha Yeager from Attack on Titan. Here's why. You leave your son. You know that your son has a special constitution. Let's put it like that for people who haven't read the manga. He has a special constitution, and it's your damn fault. But you never bothered to tell him about this, and then you go and get yourself killed, and then you send him on a suicide mission with your flaw-ass key. You're like, oh, as soon as I get back, I'm going to show you what's in the basement. Really, dude? Like, is this 7? Like, don't play what's in the box with me. Just tell me what the hell it is and go on about your business. But all of Aaron's problems could have been averted if his dad had been like, listen, you have a condition, son. Let me tell you how to control your condition, and let me tell you how to deal with people who may not understand your condition. And then, if we want to talk about fathers who let their children go off not knowing what's going on in their background, let's talk about Ichigo's father in Bleach. Once again, you are a Shinigami. You know your wife is a Quincy. There was issues when y'all got married. Y'all had 3 children. There's a chance that they may come with some special powers, considering who the hell y'all are. But you let your son go off running, trying to save this world and the next, but you don't tell him who the hell he is, or what the hell he is, or how to control or enhance his powers. You let Urahara take care of that shit? Like, you let the most flawed-ass, reckless-ass people train your kid when you could have just been like, Ichigo, let me tell you how this works. Nah, I was like, I might have been able to deal with Ichigo's power-ups if they had been like upfront from jump about who and what his parents were. Then it would have been understandable why he had like these different abilities. But you pull that out your ass in like the 3rd act, yo, fuck you. And then the last in the trio of fuck your feelings, you get no cards from me is Van Hohenheim from Full Metal Alchemist. Now, granted, he's not on the level of ain't shitness as Sho Tucker, but when fucking Wrath, because they switched it up. Oh my god. When the Führer, how about that? When the Führer, a damn homunculi, is a better father than you, there's a problem.
Oh, man, that's not fair.
How is that not fair? You listen. No, hold on. We're not debating yet because we got words. If you got words,
I'm biased by people being good characters to thinking that they're good fathers.
He is?
Because Goku was a good character, but he's a shitty father, so you can't be biased.
No.
You can't be biased by somebody being a good character.
Okay, but yeah, sorry to interrupt, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm like Hohenheim is a good guy. He's a powerful alchemist. All that great shit. I was like, but you abandoned your children because you were having some type of existential crisis because you couldn't deal with the fact that you married, and engaged in sexual intercourse with a fully human woman who then got pregnant, not once, but twice that we know of, and had your kids, and now you're like, she's gonna get old, and what am I gonna do when she gets old and I still look like this, and this, that, and the third. So you abandon them. Your wife gets sick, your punk ass doesn't come back. Your wife dies, still don't come back. You leave your kids with nothing but your alchemy notes. So what do kids in grief do? They try to get their mother back. Do you realize that we could have avoided the entirety of the series if Hohenheim had just came and checked on his damn kids?
Oh shit.
Ooh, that's valid. That's a valid.
Damn.
I'm gonna watch Fullmetal Alchemist again.
All right.
Watch Brotherhood. Don't watch the 2003 series. Just watch Brotherhood.
Brotherhood's one of my favorite animes, but we'll leave that out.
Just I have 2 more to add.
Uh-huh.
Just for like nostalgia purposes.
We got to put Goku.
We gotta put Goku on there,
For sure.
and we gotta put Gin. Is it Gin or Jin? How you say it?
It's I guess Gin is fine.
Gin from Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, he was terrible too.
Did you watch the Hunter x Hunter anime or read the manga?
No.
Oh, you missed some good stuff.
Listen. Your fandom is not my fandom, and it's okay.
Yeah.
Have you watched Vampire Princess Miyu?
Everybody should.
No, I haven't. But I mean, like,
What was that? I could have sworn that was a no. Was that a no?
If you like Yu Yu Hakusho, you will definitely like Hunter x Hunter. That's all I'm saying. It was on the list of stuff that you watch, so that's why. But all right, so the list we got so far is Jiro, Ash's mom, Acacia, Sho Tucker, Grisha Yeager, Isshin Kurosaki, Van Hohenheim, Goku, and Gin. So, here we go. So
let's take off the obvious ones.
Question is who we want to attack to get off first.
Jiro, he's gone.
Why is he gone?
To me, the fact that he takes care of his grandson shows that he's a good.
Makes up for
yeah,
something.
like I mean,
I think it's lack of
good father
evidence.
figure.
He's a good grandfather.
But he wasn't
No,
a good.
but
But
he's
by
a
what you
shitty father
say,
to his
I was
We
like,
don't know if
my
his
dad.
son is
Hold on.
That's a
Right.
problem. My problem is we don't know if his son is alive.
Then
right?
we might as well
If
say that
you're-
Ash's father is a
if you're
shitty father.
No, I'm trying to say this. Look, if you're a father, right, and you lost your kid, wouldn't you mention it at least once? Wouldn't you feel some sort of sympathy or remorse if your kid died? Like, where he would say something while he was teaching Teppei, like, oh, I wish I could have taught your dad this.
Did he teach
But
Teppei
said
on screen though?
Yeah, he did. He showed him how to punch and knock the earth.
That was one time.
Yeah, at the
He
very
would have been
end
like, I
of
wish
the
I could have
show.
shown your dad how to do this. Boom,
Get your-
that's it. We're
Get
done.
your stupid ass.
Whatever, I'm fine with you taking him off for lack of evidence, but he's still shit father. Whatever.
So Jiro's gone. Next.
I'm saying we gotta shoot off Acacia,
Please explain your reasoning.
man, because
It's right there,
Acacia
he's
was
redeemed.
redeemed as a good guy.
As a good guy,
Yeah.
but was he a good father? Did he not try to kill Toriko?
Look, dude,
his own
He
offspring.
had to do what he had to do to make his kids grind.
You can't anything he did like.
You hear this bullshit?
Look,
Whoa.
This
Okay,
basically
listen.
agrees with all the reasoning that she did with the characters from.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be part of my argument with some of the characters that she brought up as well. But like in terms of like Acacia, like he was redeemed as a good guy. So
As a good guy.
I mean that means like a part of his being a shit father or pretending to be a shit father.
First off, he didn't know
might have
about
been
Toriko.
lies, yeah.
Hold
He didn't know about
on.
that.
After he
Time
found out about him,
out. Flag
what
on the
did we do?
play. Time out. Can we just make a baseline rule that if you attempt to kill your offspring, there's no redeeming you as a good father? Like, I'm
you.
sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Alright, fine.
You can get past negligence, absenteeism, all that other shit. You can't get past attempted murder.
What if you
Plus,
what
he
if
also
you have to do
plus
it?
he also ate 2 of his other son's hands off.
Wait a minute, did you say he
Completely.
ate his hands? As in put the hands in the mouth?
I
And,
gotta reach
oh, hell no. That person stays. That person stays. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to overrule, and this isn't even my game. I'm sorry.
You gonna continue? You gonna continue?
All right, fine. We'll leave.
Now, Sho
We'll
Tucker.
leave Acacia.
He's there for sure.
Yeah, Sho Tucker's making the top 5 for sure. Because
That nigga's up.
if we look at Brotherhood or if we look at like the 2000 whatever it was anime, he was a shit father in both.
He was a shit father in 03. He was a shit father in, was it 2014? He was a shit father in the manga. He's like,
Consistently getting the award.
Can y'all explain what all that he did? Since I'm the only one who hasn't.
okay, please let me. Okay, So basically, Show Tucker is I think he's called like the life weaving alchemist or something like that. Yeah, because what he does is he created a chimera, which is basically a human and an animal blended. But the thing is that his chimeras could talk. They had signs of intelligence. But what people didn't realize was that his first chimera was made out of his wife. Yeah, so he got a whole bunch of research money because the military was like, if we can harness this and keep making them, then we'll have like these super soldiers. So they gave him money, and then when it came time for him to, show his research, he didn't have anything because, he already killed his wife. So what he does in order to keep his research money, once again, just for the research money, so he wouldn't lose his his certification as an alchemist, he then uses his daughter and their pet dog to create another chimera. And we don't realize this until Ed and Al come back and visit, and they're like, "Where's your daughter?" And he's like, "Huh? What?" And they see this chimera, and it has like the sad face of his daughter and their fucking dog.
That was so sad.
And they were like, "Yo, what the fuck did you do?" And like,
yeah, that was a bad.
and I'm like, because when you see Nina, she's like a 6 or 7 year old girl, and her dog.
Did y'all cry?
No.
As a kid, I teared up.
Wait. I just thought about another terrible father. What the fuck? Why did you not bring up Judge?
Oh, from One Piece?
Come on,
We canceled out One Piece.
Bro, but he's the worst out of that whole show. And you could agree because you were pissed.
Yeah,
you fucking hate his guts.
I did have an emotion.
Do you watch One Piece?
No, I don't watch One Piece. It's too long. I can't get into it. I'm sorry.
Him being good to his other children cancels it out, kind of. He's good to his other children, though.
That is true.
So it's not that he's a bad father.
Let's leave him out. And then if we have, I say he's a secret honorable mention. He definitely is an honorable mention because he's.
What did we watch Mojo now?
He's a shit father. All right, so Show Tucker's definitely in there. A potential number 1, Grisha. So my argument with Grisha is so you were talking about like keeping a lot of stuff from Eren, and I think it made sense for the story because I don't think Eren was ready to take on that knowledge, first of all. So I understood why he like hid it from him. Amongst that, it's like first of all, we don't know enough about like really his story to understand the reason why he did all of the stuff he did. I think we understand a good amount now, but not all. So I still feel like there's going to be some stuff in there where it's just going to make sense. But I don't think he was actually bad to them. He took in Mikasa. He basically was, I guess he was cool to Armin too. Like they were all, he didn't do any bad father things to them. Like he raised them like a dad would. So I don't know how I'd see him as a shit father just for the fact that he wasn't there when shit got real for Eren.
That's real.
I mean, but here's the thing. I was like, based on what we know, the knowledge that he had could have saved lives. Like, granted, he's a great physician. The knowledge that he had with regard to Eren's abilities could have saved lives long before Eren stumbled upon it accidentally.
Yeah.
I'm like...
But the question is, did Grisha really care about those lives? And that doesn't have anything to do with him being a father.
Okay, you know what? Father. You know what? I'll let you take that one off, but I have one to replace it. I can do this all day.
She got the list.
All right,
so you take him off, but who I'll give in his place, and you can't argue this one, is what was it? Lelouch's father from Code Geass.
I agree.
I didn't watch Code Geass. So
yes.
Okay, let me give you the short version of his fuckery.
Yes, I 100% agree.
He had his children basically fighting to the death against each other. What was it? He used his Geass on his daughter to make her believe she was blind. He had their mother assassinated. He sent his children to be prisoners of war in Japan. Like, come on.
He sent them to do what?
He sent them to Japan as prisoners of war. Like, he sent them as political prisoners to Japan. They didn't go there willingly. He sent them there.
He sent them to be prisoners.
Yeah. when Lelouch and Denali are in Japan and they're sent there, like they're not there under a diplomatic mission. They're pretty much political prisoners to keep the peace. Their father sent them.
That's all I'm gonna say. They got They're not normal POWs, I would say. Like,
No. I'm not saying they're normal POWs. I was like, but the fact that they're political prisoners, just because like they're royal or like their higher nobility, doesn't change the fact that they're still, for all intents and purposes, prisoners because of their father.
I mean, I don't know. I watched episodes here and there, so I didn't even know the father had involvement in the anime. But
You should watch the whole thing.
yeah,
you would like that.
I'll leave it. Like I can't say anything about that because I didn't watch it. So, but
I agree.
Cosmic and Deuce agree. They watched it, so you could go ahead and put him on. What's his name?
Charles
Britannia.
Charles Britannia.
His last name is Britannia, really?
Yeah, it's kind of like the royal last name. You know, like the Duke of Windsor. Like they don't have real last names.
Okay. So now Ishin. I think he's gonna get kicked off this.
I'll let that one go. I just find him to be negligent, and in light of the other flaws we have here, I'll let that one go. I'm not gonna argue.
I mean, he low-key taught him a little bit because he kept kicking him in the face or something. Like I thought he did something that was like they tried to say was strengthening Ichigo low-key.
No, and like it was him just trying to glomp on him and like always hug him and shit. And Ichigo was like, "Nah, dude, like stop." I'm like, he was basically agitating a teenager. Like, it's what I do to my kid. Come on now. I'm not training her to do anything great. I'm basically aggravating her because I can.
Alright. So Ishin's off, and then Van.
Hohenheim stays. I'm sorry.
He's staying.
Oh, I don't know. I got some arguments for Hohenheim.
You can argue all you want to. He abandoned his children. While he was there, he was mentally absent.
He was on the grind trying to figure out how to kill that guy that he made.
Let's
should have made him in the first place.
Let's make a decision between between certain characters in these different manga.
Mm-hmm.
What's worse, doing something petty to your kid or just simply leaving your kid?
That's true.
Because if you're just simply leaving your kid, that I feel like that's nothing compared to some of these other characters on this list.
Yeah, that actively messed up their kids' lives. I felt like
Hohenheim
just wasn't around.
No, we should do one per anime too. We already have.
Okay, we can't compare anybody to Show Tucker because really nobody beat Show Tucker in the.
Well, we'll automatically give Show the number one, so we'll give Show the top spot. So now we just arguing the four.
Yeah, because literally nobody beats him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, as far as I know, nobody beats him either. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel iffy about Van just because. I mean, yeah, I get what happened with their mom and like how he technically could have helped in avoiding that, but I was still like, I didn't see him as a bad guy.
Yeah, because you have both your arms, both your legs, and you're not living in a metal suit.
I don't know, but Ed in that metal suit was kind of badass though. Like if he wasn't in that suit, I mean Al. Sorry, if Al wasn't in that suit, I think Fullmetal Alchemist would kind of suck.
Okay, but if anybody smeared that seal, he was no longer in the suit.
This is also true.
Look, man. All right, whatever. I'll let him stay, but he's probably gonna get like the way at the bottom for me. It feels like a reach.
So we're ranking these guys top 5 then?
Yeah,
we will.
Right now, Show Tucker's at the top.
Okay.
All right, so then let's go on Goku. I think Goku is definitely like top 3.
Yeah.
Just because, and I'm bringing up this point again, like I brought it in the previous podcast. Vegeta was a father to his son before he was even born.
Yeah, when you told me that, like I agreed with you.
Before he was even born,
that's
some
some
real
deep
shit.
That's deep as hell.
That's the same thing I said.
Before the son was even born. And like, I think maybe Goku had real time with Gohan. Probably the first time he had it was, I think, in the Cell saga. Because I feel like in Namek, it was like, "Hey, what's up, son?" And then they were like, "Y'all should get off this planet."
Haven't they trained together in that timeless room?
Yeah, the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That was like the Cell arc.
That was only one time though. No other times in that.
I think they did some. They might have done some after.
I don't
that.
think so, because remember Gohan, that's when he started to become like, oh, I don't want to be a fighter no more.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be in the books. But yeah, no, I think Goku definitely should be up there. Like,
What about Goten? Was he a decent father to Goten?
I don't think so.
I think he was a better father to Goten than he was Goku.
Really?
I mean, Gohan.
No.
The way they portrayed in Super, he is.
Well, yeah, yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's not that bad then.
To Gohan.
Who, Goku?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I didn't say he was good. I said he's a better father,
Yeah.
and that's not saying much because y'all wasn't doing that much.
I think his is like,
I mean,
you
but
literally gave your son to someone else that used to be your enemy to train.
But he
for
was
you.
at that point, he was
That
his best
weird.
friend though. No, second best friend.
Really? What do you? I guess. I guess they were friends, but still, I'm just like, in general, like you literally passed it off to somebody else. Like, was he there at the birth? No. Like,
he didn't even know what sex was.
I mean, but he did.
oh, he didn't.
Uh-uh.
Oh, that's even worse. I think he's definitely.
He didn't even know what a kiss was.
That
Did he
too.
do anything
Yeah.
fucked up to him though?
To his son.
Yeah.
No, can't say that. No, he didn't.
He didn't destroy the moon, knowing his son had a tail.
Well, I mean, that just
That's
caused
it.
repercussions. To
I
like
mean,
the
yeah.
world.
I mean, but you're about saving the world, so I mean, I guess at that point, like maybe I don't know. Like that's the only bad thing I could think that he might have actively done is like knowing
I would
this guy
say-
has a tail. He's gonna turn into a monkey with the full moon. The moon is still around. I should probably get rid of that.
I would say letting him
But
fight Cell in the first place.
Cut his tail though.
And he could have done it too, but he didn't do either.
Why?
I say
I don't know. He didn't do either. He probably wasn't even around when the dude grew his tail.
Okay.
I'm gonna say he didn't cut off his tail, and then he also didn't cut off Vegeta's tail. Like, I feel like he wants them to have their tail.
Well, let's include the fact that Goku is dumb as hell.
Yes.
Okay.
So, dumbass
Oh, yeah.
father compared to just being a bad father.
That makes you a bad father.
Alright.
You shouldn't have gotten him pregnant.
Oh,
You're the
It's
worst.
it's not his fault. I feel like he was forced to fuck. What's the name? He didn't know what he was doing.
man, I don't think Chi
This feels kind of good. What is this?
Is that really forced then?
He thought kissing was food, dude. Like, I'm not having that.
All right, fine. So does that mean are we taking him off or are we leaving him on? Because I think he's still gonna be on there.
I mean, if you leave him on, just put him at the bottom. That's
Yeah, he gonna be at the bottom.
All right. So Gin, his whole thing was that he pretty much, I would say, he actively chose to be absent in his child's life. Like, it wasn't like he really had anything to do. He said, "Oh, I have a kid. Fuck it, I want to do my own thing," and left.
Who's Gun?
He's Gon's father from Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, they look alike.
Yeah, so he said fuck it and left, and then he made it a competition for his son to come find him. So he said, yeah, go find me. And then when they were in like the same area, he still actively avoided seeing his son. Like,
that's rude as fuck.
One of Gon's friends had to punch the shit out of him and tell him like, look, dude, go see your fucking son. Like, and he was in the hospital like dying or something at that point. And he still didn't go see him. Huh?
His son was dying in the hospital.
His son was dying in the hospital, yeah.
And he said, fuck that
and he
shit.
still didn't go see him. Dude had to come up, punch him in the face, and was like, look, dude, you know your son's out here fucking now. You better go see that dude.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
So I say that was actively. So I definitely think he should stay on the list.
Okay, hold on. So if he gets to stay on the list for knowing that his son is in distress and not coming, what's your issue with Hohenheim again? Because he knew his sons were in distress and his punk ass didn't show up.
But Hohenheim had a real agenda. Gin did not. Like, Gin was like, oh, I just want to discover the world. Fuck
Okay,
myself.
but here's the thing. I was like, okay, so what you're saying is Hohenheim had an agenda, so his agenda superseded the safety and welfare of his
It was
children.
for the safety of that country / world.
AKA his kids.
Listen.
That's all I'm saying. It was for this, like, his thing, his agenda, the shit he was trying to accomplish was to help, like, the world not fall into chaos. So I feel like that's valid.
If you are defending him, then you should also say that Sasuke is a decent father, was a shitty father too.
Oh no, I didn't. Hold on. Never did I ever say that Sasuke was a good father. I didn't say that. Let's go. You can rewind the tape.
Well, is Sasuke also at the same level as the buddy you included on here? Then?
We gotta
Because
see.
Oh no, Sasuke is a shitty father because Sasuke's gone for like 3-6 months at a time. Definitely a shitty father. Still my favorite ninja. One does not.
I didn't want to bring that up.
That's not right.
I didn't want to bring some favoritism.
Hey, it'd be like that, though.
Bias.
I didn't want to bring that up, though, because, like, we haven't seen enough of, like, him being a father to, like, judge him.
Well, no, I actually think that it's worse because he chose to train Boruto.
Really?
Instead of his
He
own
also
kid.
He also trained her, too. Boruto
Before
chose
he
him.
left?
Yeah.
Or like, afterwards, because Boruto
You
came
think
up and
Sakura
asked him, and he was like,
think Sakura, like, taught her stuff? Come on, now.
Stop! Sakura
Come
knows
on now.
some ninja things.
Naruto taught her, bro.
That's fine, too.
Alright.
But that just means they flip-flop. That just makes Naruto a bad father also.
That's not
But,
fair.
For
but,
judging his son.
but Boruto's already established that Naruto is a shitty father because he's too concerned with the whole village as opposed to
I
being.
didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do those two.
He actually still takes care of his kids.
No, he
No.
doesn't. He sends a clone.
He sent that clone, yeah.
Low-key.
No, I really feel
Low-key.
I didn't actually think about Naruto. I feel like we should bring him
I didn't want
But
to.
he's
It's too early.
there as his father, though. At the
dude.
very least,
This
he's
dude said,
there.
"Can you please show up to his birthday?" And he sent a shadow clone. Like,
But
and
he's
he
there.
Thinking that Boruto wasn't gonna
what's
figure
worse
it out.
is that he knows about like what it's like to not have a father, and he still chose to not be in his child's
But
life.
he's still like actually there.
No,
Like,
this man chose to do paperwork over actually going to like his child's birthday
But
party.
I'm saying instead of nothing being there at all, though.
No, dude. My thing is that my thing is
No. Why not leave the clone to sign the papers and you go to the
Exactly.
party?
Because the clones could do that. Like clones,
The clones
could do,
were
and you get all that
thinking, yeah.
knowledge.
So
And
why didn't he send the clone? Why did he leave the clone in the office and he take his real ass to the party?
Exactly.
Why did he send
I'm
the
not saying
clone?
he's a good father.
No, I'm
not
just saying that in itself, the pettiness of that decision.
But I'm saying that doesn't earn him to be on this list.
Oh yes, the pettiness of that decision, dude, is what like.
Okay, Naruto's an overworked father, but he wants to be
My
there.
kid, I'm out.
What do you mean when?
I'm saying he could have
That
at
would've been
any
rude as
moment.
fuck.
He can just say "fuck my kid, I'm out." I ain't doing shit.
I mean,
for
that's
him.
being an absentee father, but he has
Exactly, absentee and
But
I'm
he's
fucking
still-
up my kid type father. That's what this list is.
I don't know, man. I think he's fucking up his kid by saying, "Hey, I'm going to be there," and then he sends a clone.
No, but things are all good now between them.
Are they?
Yeah, you gotta watch the
Naruto.
movie. So it's like
Damn it, Naruto.
Oh, what happened?
talking about how Naruto was being a shit dad for like.
Like I don't think he's shitty though.
though.
Naruto's not a shitty dad. He's just an overworked dad.
Yeah, he's busy as fuck.
No, I don't buy that because to me, when they establish in the story that you can have clones do shit for you and then absorb all of that knowledge, you don't have any like. He has no excuse to not be in his
No,
kid's life.
I
You
will
can just
concede
shit
that
out
he
those
should
bitches
he
before
shouldn't have
he
sent the
work.
clone to the party, but
Yeah.
that doesn't take away the fact that he wanted to be there. I'm like, let's not forget Naruto's not the best at decision making. Period. So, so at least we can see that he's trying to do the right thing, but he doesn't have a real example. Once again, his dad wasn't there. The only real father figures he really has are Kakashi, who doesn't have any kids and is kind of selfish in his own way. Jiraiya, who is Jiraiya. And so he doesn't really have that constant, steady, dads show up and leave the clones in the office example to follow.
I don't know, man.
I think he's trying. I'm like, if we're gonna talk about like shitty dads, I was like, if we're talking like Naruto versus Sasuke, Naruto is far eclipsing Sasuke for the simple fact that Sasuke chooses these long, drawn out missions because he don't love his wife.
Or his daughter.
No, he loves his daughter. Fuck the wife. Listen, my story. I'm sticking to it.
I mean, Sakura is annoying as fuck. Who would want to be around
That's probably all it is. Sakura's annoying.
I don't know who's worse though, Sakura or Ino.
Sakura. Because Ino matured faster than Sakura. That she's like, you know what?
I don't know, man.
No. Like Ino got her shit together before Sakura managed to. Like Sakura was still chasing after flaw as Sasuke long after it was well established that Sasuke was fucking up. Ino was like, you know what? I don't have time for this. There's a good boy somewhere who will appreciate me and my blonde hair and, this shit that I do. Sakura's still running after somebody who literally did not want her until he needed somebody to fix his goddamn arm. I'm sorry. No.
This is true.
Alright, fine. We'll leave Naruto characters out. Even though I feel like a lot of them are just... it's so much... Like, I just hate when people perpetuate the cycle. Like, you're supposed to, like, understand what the fuck your parents did wrong. and do better. And everyone in like Naruto seems to not have learned that lesson.
Yeah, you're supposed to understand what your dad parents did wrong.
I mean, but okay, my dad parents were not in my life. I spent like half of the Naruto first part before the time skip complaining about how I don't have a family. Me and Sasuke argued about who had the shittier life because our parents were not in there.
They had nobody.
Exactly.
Not just parents,
but they had an argument. I remember that argument distinctly where Sasuke was like, you don't even understand what it went through. You never even knew your parents existed. I had them and then they were taken away from me. And then you do the same thing to your kids. Like, that's like the epitome of like, do you not get it? Like, I don't know. But whatever. We don't have to go.
I mean,
they fixed all that.
No, but as far as they
all
know, their kids have it a lot better than what they had.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
stupid as hell. They're stupid if they think that. That's all I'm gonna say.
They do,
I'm
though.
telling you, they
Their kids
fixed it.
do,
I'm
though.
gonna leave it at that. If
No,
Sasuke is
no,
walking
no.
around thinking like, damn, I'm such a great father to Sarda, like, what?
He was a
I
better
would flip the
Sasuke was a
table
better
on
father
that
to
dude.
Boruto in that like few chapters than he was to Sarada the entire time. No, what's the daughter name?
It's Sarah.
Sarada? Yeah.
But we don't know that though. We don't know how she got trained, like at all.
I mean, if
That's
you
what it
missing
comes
for
down
months,
to.
I mean, that's just.
All right, whatever. But we'll leave it out. I don't want to even go in depth on it. Whatever, drop it. So, so Ash's mom. What was the reasoning there again? I think she's gonna probably make it, but
Because she said deuce and just
Right.
let him leave.
Let a 10-year-old go out into a world.
oh, that's just bad parenting, though, right?
Yep.
But all the
That make your shit
10-year-olds were
parent.
doing it though.
Low.
Does that make it okay?
Really?
Yeah, that means we
Would
have
you-
to put all
would-
of them. We have to put the
Would you like me to
collective.
Would you like me to put
Hey.
families in Pokemon?
Yes.
Bro,
we have to
no,
put the
no, because if
collective
you
Pokemon
because if
collective
you
on
do
it.
that, we also gotta throw One Piece in here. Fuck yo.
All I'm saying is like Ash's mom did what
Ash's mom
everybody
don't even
was
check
doing.
on him.
She was a subject of her culture. I
Ash's
think.
mom does not check on him.
I'm sure nobody else. Do you think Gary's freak parents want to check on him?
Professor
Yes,
Oak,
Professor
he
Oak.
always called up Gary.
Always.
Does he really?
Yeah, that's his.
Is it to give him more Pokemon? Because I wouldn't want to call Gary.
Gary doesn't even
Gary
can't
train
fuck.
anymore. Like, I think he's a professor now.
Yeah,
Bro,
Professor.
Bro,
Gary's a professor.
Yeah, you ain't watched Pokemon in a long time.
Yeah, man.
I already know.
I've been out the game.
How many seasons Pokemon been going on now?
Too many.
Like, that's just not normal. Like,
Too many for
It's
Ash
been
not
like-
to
All
win
I'm saying-
anything.
it's been like 20 plus years, yo. Like,
I don't know. I felt like for Ash's mom to be on there, you gotta put a lot of the Pokemon collective on there. Like, and then you don't know what she was going through. She might have been depressed because Daddy left.
Nothing.
Like,
I mean,
you
that
don't
doesn't-
really
that doesn't,
know
like,
what her struggle was.
make up
bro.
for the fact that you're
What if she
not
ain't got no money and she?
Okay,
just, like,
hold on. We can't go into the what ifs and the who's and the whys. We can only deal with what we were given either in the manga or on the screen. Unless someone wrote somewhere or there was like a piece in the anime where they were like, she's flawed as fuck because her husband left her and she's depressed. We can't assume she's depressed. What we know is she let her kid go off and roam the countryside with dangerous ass wild animals with no provisions. That's what we know.
All right,
The
this is what I'm
why
saying.
we don't.
If
The
we
why
do
is
that-
unimportant. What we know is what she did.
Okay, if we do that though, then it like unchecks some of these people we crossed off because that's kind of like what they did. Like Ishin didn't protect Ichigo. Like he let him go off and do shit knowing that he could have got killed by Byakuyo.
That
or
was
whatever
my
the fuck
point,
was going
and
on.
you tried to overrule me.
In fact, that's what I'm saying. So since I overruled that point and we agree with it, we gotta kill Ash's mom. That's what I'm trying to say. Like
Ash's
if
10-year-old
that's not
boy.
the case though,
Ash was a 10-year-old
then
boy.
yeah, we'll uncheck these
If
guys.
she knew that Ichigo had all those superpowers, he knew
Yeah.
that. He let him go, knowing that he was a
Ash's mom knew
Shinigami.
Ash was chick.
Fucking, he never won the Pokemon League ever.
Ever.
He never won, not once.
He pretty much has to fight a gym leader twice to win. Fuck out of here.
Y'all petty.
He never beats his rival to the
Look,
very end.
If
Like,
we're
I'm not
leaving
happy.
Ash's
He
mom,
actually beat
up, if we're leaving Ash's mom,
I think the
up
most
there-
recent one he didn't even beat dude. The most recent one he didn't.
If we're leaving Ash's mom up there, then we have to. I have to take back my argument, and we have to uncheck Ishin and probably Grisha.
I mean, but do these guys rank up enough to be top 5, bro?
No, I was like,
I think that's. Yeah, go ahead.
what was it? Like I said, I will concede that Grisha and Ishin are more, they're more like slack as opposed to like detrimental. Like, Ash's mom is detrimental. Like, you don't know where the hell your kid is, and you just let the kid wander. Like, Ishin, even though, like, he's flawed for not telling Ichigo who and what he was, like, he knows that Ichigo has the power to defend himself. And even without the powers, Ichigo could fight. And he also has people, like, in Soul Society who know who the hell Ichigo is, which is why people were willing to fucking help him in the first damn place. So I can leave him off with that logic, because at least he knows his kid has the ability to take care of himself. Ash's mom ain't no shit. What was it? And the same, I'm like, and by the same logic, Grisha we can kind of give him a pass, because he knows that these abilities are latent within Eren. He just needs the right trigger. I just wish that he had told Eren that, as opposed to letting the fucking military find out the hard way. Because that would have saved everybody a whole bunch of time.
I guess, but Eren hated Titan, so how would he have taken... Well, I guess, no, if he told him before, then maybe this one...
Exactly, like, he hates it because he doesn't understand it. But if he has his father explaining exactly what's going on, especially with him, you know, then his worldview may have changed, and the way in which he attacked the problem may have changed.
Oh, shit. The bed almost went down, dude. But,
I don't know, as far as we know, the Pokemon world and everybody's eyes can be just a nice, safe little world, because nobody actually gets murdered in that show.
In the show. I read the manga.
You have creatures that are blowing out fire. Pikachu was electrocuting people, electrocuting things. What is safe about that?
Died. And nobody, the man got zapped at least 500 times and never died.
That don't make it right or safe. Like, that kid probably can't reproduce now. Come on.
I mean, yeah, he probably can't reproduce. As far as we know, we don't know all that. I'm not gonna get into the details, but
he can't even get his first kiss.
Huh?
He can't even get his first kiss.
Exactly. Like, what kind of?
That's his fault, bro.
He didn't get a proper education. He didn't go to school. He didn't do shit. He ain't do shit.
In that world, who goes to school? Everybody.
You don't even know.
No, there are a lot.
There are actual schools. There was a whole Pokemon school.
I know he's stupid just because simple fact that every time he goes to a new region, he has to learn how to battle again because he's stupid.
That is.
Pikachu on level 100.
Yeah, he gets weaker and then he gets
stronger.
on
level 100. Fuck you talking about?
So basically, mom wanted to get rid of her retarded son.
Basically,
and then got a Mr. Mime. Like, that's exactly what happened.
All right, so clearly we have more, I don't know, detrimental reasons for Ash's mom. Is she gonna make number 2 though?
No.
Hell no.
So who's number 2? Because of the list we have,
Cassia.
Oh yeah, is Akashi still on there?
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
oh,
So
yes.
yeah, actually,
Number 2.
No.
Who's beating them right now on this current list?
I can't see what's what.
That's
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying.
What is? So who's out? Cross up. Who's out? He's out.
Yeah. Grisha's out. Show Tucker's out because he's number 1.
Okay, so Show Tucker's number 1. The person who was eating the hands has to be number 2 then.
Yeah, that's Akashi.
I don't know though.
Who beats him though? Does Van or Goku or Gen beat him?
Because that wasn't him though. That wasn't him being bad. That was Neo. You know what I mean? Yes,
no,
it was.
He purposely.
Yeah, no, he was still in control of his body.
Yeah.
Neo just having a beater, but he was still in control of all the shit.
Exactly. He had Neo's power, but he was doing all the talking himself.
At the end, he was like, he changed his whole personality. Like
the only time Neo
affected him.
The only time Neo took control was when he was bouncing around eating all those motherfuckers in that very quick moment. That's the only time Neo took control.
You know, like he was trying to. I'm trying to think. What are you trying to do?
He was trying to piss everybody off so they can attack with full anger. That's what he was
I'm
trying
down
to do.
for putting Akashi
But in order
as
to
number
do that,
2.
he purposefully made himself a terrible father, and he purposefully tried to kill his own son. Let's just be legit with this.
Nah, I can't go for like him being number 2. Like I don't think so.
Who would be like? You have to bring somebody else from.
Who else tried to
Oh,
kill
I lied.
their
We
own
missed. We erased somebody. Charles
from
Charles
Kogea.
from Go Geass. He's not on there.
Oh, true. Yeah. Okay, number 2.
He
What are you talking about?
He
Yeah.
might be 2. What you guys say is.
Britannia, number 2.
But how though? Like, explain why he's
Most of these characters I don't know.
worse than Akashi.
She already said it. Like how you.
You gotta remind me because I'm trying to wait him
1, 2,
out.
and 3 saw?
Yeah, that's one.
Okay, so do we need to know again why Charles is flawed as hell? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, So let's start with the fact that he orchestrated the assassination of his wife. In that assassination, his daughter is paralyzed by one of the stray bullets.
That's accidental.
That is his fault.
I don't think we can't count that though.
Yes, you can. If he didn't organize assassination, it would never happen.
He had his wife assassinated. His daughter was paralyzed. But if you don't want to count the daughter's paralysis, he used his gay ass on the same daughter so that the daughter would believe she was blind. This girl went years thinking she was blind because her father willed it.
He has his power. He
used his power to make his child believe she was blind.
Like just to be petty?
What was it? Because here's the thing. Here's the thing about him. Like he's basically trying to like kind of like recreate the world, so to speak. Like kind of like do away with like the collective consciousness, I guess is the way that they kind of put it. And he sees his children as a part of the collective consciousness. He pits his children against each other, so his children try to kill each other.
Okay, so he actually hates his kids.
Yeah, I'm like his kids are nothing more than pawns in like his larger game. Like he doesn't have any like personal love for them.
Akashi kind of played that.
You mean?
Akashi,
But he was redeemed at the end though. He still was doing it like
He was doing it for the greater good, but he was still a shitty father.
I'll give him that.
He was a savior of the world.
Nothing
but
he really said took away from his
father.
shittiness as a father.
Exactly. That's what we're pointing at.
he wasn't a shitty father though. He found all these guys with his father 2 minutes before he. First of all, they were already fighting before he even knew that he was their kids. You know.
He was ready to kill his son.
But I'm saying he just found it out in the middle of a battle. This nigga knew these were his kids, like Britannia dude. He knew these were his kids for years. He intentionally did that fucked up shit. That's different, yo.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that puts this guy as number 2.
Oh, okay, that's I'm good.
But Akashi is number 3.
That's fine.
Alright, that's fine. So Charles, Britannia is number 2.
Akashi couldn't go for no.
Akashi is 3. So now we got 4 and 5. I'm saying Goku's got to be in that list somehow. I just think of the 4 we got left, I can go with Ash's mom maybe taking the 4th spot. Because of the ones I see here. But, I like because
he's pretty shitty too.
Gin's
From what you explained to me.
That's
I
the thing.
didn't get his worst.
Gin's one thing might put him above Ash's mom because his son was dying and he did not want to see him.
When you said that,
I think he could have died many times. Like,
man. So that means Ash's mom is probably gonna kill Goku. I think.
Yeah, because Goku's children were like well trained. Gohan was stronger than Goku at one point. I mean,
then fans run the show.
Yeah,
and
we ain't gonna talk about that.
And when he was fighting against Cell, he came back as a ghost and helped them kill him, didn't he?
Yeah.
The Kamehameha.
that wasn't real.
That was some smooth father-son moment.
No, and he didn't. He chose not to come back though. Remember, he chose not to come back.
Trained his son.
Hold on, you're
before
saying
he was even born.
Dude, but
That's a
not
good father.
Why are you bringing that
That's
up?
what I'm saying.
That's a good father right there.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm giving an honorable mention as good father to Vegeta. That's why I just want to put some respect on Vegeta's name. We good.
So we got 5-5.
Alright, so 1 is Show Tucker, which was like, he won that hands down. He's like leagues ahead of shittiness than the rest of them. And then
He get a star.
Charles Britannia, Acacia from Toriko, Gin, Freaks from Hunter x Hunter, and then Ash's mom from Pokemon. What is Ash's mom's name?
She doesn't have one.
She does not have a name?
I feel like she does. I'm Googling. I feel like she does.
I mean, I'm still gonna call her Ash's mom.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's like you go to her house to play video games or something. What's up?
Hey,
Oh, wait a minute, she does have a name.
She does?
Yes, it's Delia. In
Yep,
English,
yep.
it's Delia. And Japanese, it's Hanako.
Dang, Delia just sounds evil.
She sound like a shitty
I'm just
mom.
kidding though.
No, it's too late. You already said it. I already agree with you. So now you gotta just stick with it.
Alright. Cool, so we ranked
That's a logical list.
That's crazy that we got a mom in the list of bad
Right.
fathers.
Hey,
That is true, yeah.
equality. You know.
Right? All about it.
Moms can be shitty dads too. That's the best way to sum that one up.
Even if the kids got a deadbeat dad.
Allegedly.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Alright, yeah, so I think we're good. This was
You can have that, sir.
it.
man.
So thanks for interviewing with us.
Oh yeah.
We had fun.
It was a good time.
It was my
That was a
pleasure.
good argument about worst fathers.
That was fun.
Other than that, like, yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, should I tell people where to find me? Because that would be nifty.
Yes, do that, please.
All right, so if you want to find me, the easiest way to catch me is on Twitter, at Deadly Diva. The word deadly, the word diva mashed together. No spaces, no periods, none of that fun stuff. You can also catch the podcast, Outlaw Bars, at soundcloud.com/fanbros. We release every other Wednesday. So we have an episode coming up really soon that people might like. I'll even give you a teaser. It's about anime villains and child soldiers. Yeah. And also, if you want to tweet at the podcast on Twitter, you can catch us at Outlaw Bars Pod. The word outlaw, bars with a Z, Pod. And my other co-hosts are Simply Chope on Twitter. SIMPLYSOPE. There is no H in Chope. And our current third is Bruja Bantan, and that is BRUJABANTON. So yeah, you can reach out. I am the nice one, as you have been told. I am also the sane one, as I have learned. So yeah, reach out and touch. I don't bite. I can't speak for the rest of the girls. I can just tell you what I do.
As long as they're not Akashi.
That's right.
Yo, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video. If you want to hear some more content, check out our other videos on the channel, or you can check out our podcast, The Decent Podcast, where we talk about all this and more. Links to all of our social media will be in the description box below. In the meantime, in between time, I gotta go get something to eat. I'm out of here. Peace.
I want it all. I said I'm mentally tough. Oh, what you thought I would quit? Even on days when I feel at my worst, I will get off my ass and then get back to work. Ain't nobody gonna get it for you. Better go ahead and get it by your motherfucking self. By yourself, nigga. Ain't nobody gonna get it for you. Better go ahead and get it by your motherfucking self. By yourself, nigga. Ain't nobody gonna get it for you. Better go ahead and get it by your motherfucking self, nigga. Ain't no damn excuses. All of those are useless. I don't ever use it. Don't ever confuse it. Love.